I know there's still quite a few of you that are here watching these videos, commenting on these videos, that have been here since the very beginning of this channel. So if you are, I'd like to tell you a couple things. Number one, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And number two, the YouTube channel just turned 11 years old. So if you weren't already feeling old, you're welcome. Today I'm going to be answering questions you all sent in specifically about this kind of thing. Having a YouTube channel, putting myself out there, putting myself in front of the camera. This video is not going to be a guide to YouTube or, the top 6 tricks to grow your channel or anything like that. This isn't going to be any of those videos. You're not going to find this video anywhere else because I'm only going to speak to my specific experiences on YouTube and what I've learned, how I really truly feel about it. And at the end of the day, hopefully it's helpful for you if you're interested in making a channel yourself. Or at the very least, it's just entertaining. So big shout out to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. I'll tell you more about them in a little bit, but let's get started answering these questions. How do you get over the feeling of I don't have anything new to bring and just start? This is definitely one of the most common questions that I got, and also just one of the most common questions I hear from people in conversation when talking about YouTube. I always hear from people saying, oh man, I really want to start a YouTube channel, but I don't know. I don't think anyone would watch. I don't feel like there's anything exciting about me that would make people want to watch. I'm certainly not the biggest or most successful YouTuber out there, but if I can figure out a way to make it work for me, just a regular white dude living in Southern Ohio, I promise you can find a way to make it unique to yourself. I'm taking photos of everyday life and the area around me that I love. And I've just been doing it a long time, and I continue to do it and I continue to share it, but I'm not doing anything groundbreaking or out of the ordinary for most people. I just happen to share it, and I've been doing it for that long. And I think no matter what you do, just do it as yourself. Don't try to fit in or, do what other people are doing. Just do your thing. Have fun with it. And you do have things to share, even if it feels like you don't. Everyone has their own story. So keep that in mind. How do you or did you get over being worried about what people think of you and your work? That's definitely part of YouTube. You've got to have thick skin to be able to put yourself out there and put your work out there as well. But as long as you're photographing for yourself and you can stand behind that, you feel good about it, then be free to take any criticism, any praise, like any kind of feedback, positive or negative. Just be accepting of that. Getting feedback is a really good thing as well. And I think there's a difference between being curious about the reaction and being worried about the reaction. If you want people to like your work, that is definitely going to shift how you see things and what you shoot and definitely what you share. If you're curious about that, though, it can be interesting because it can open things up even further. One of my best friends, Kevin, he once mentioned how oftentimes as soon as he puts something out there into the world, any work at all, it's no longer just his, it's everyone's. And other people can, pull things from it and they can have their own thoughts and the meaning and interpretations in it. And that only adds to it. It's pulling out things that the photographer otherwise maybe didn't think themselves. So now the YouTube comment section isn't necessarily the best platform for constructive criticism, I'll say that. So I feel like you've got to be somewhere in the middle on this, where I don't think you want to be in the camp of like not receiving any kind of criticism ever, or just thinking that like it's not warranted because it's my work and that's what matters. Like I feel like you're shutting yourself off from a lot there, but you also don't want to be shooting for the audience unless it's like a wedding and deliver the photos to the client happily. Like if it's work for you, make it for you first and foremost. And worrying about what people think of me, not just my work, I try to just be myself and trust that if I'm myself, the people who enjoy my videos are the kind of people I would connect with in real life. And if not, if they see my videos and they're like, I can't stand this dude, that's totally fine. I see videos of people online that I don't think I would click with in real life. And that doesn't make me think that person sucks or that I don't like them. People are different and everyone has their own kind of person that they just click with. So if you just be yourself, unless everyone in your life like can't stand you when you're just being yourself, you should be all right. If people in your life can't stand you, I'm really sorry. Didn't mean to bring that up. Do you ever hate the way you look on camera? It makes me nervous. Yeah, absolutely. I pretty much always hate the way I look on any video that has ever been on this YouTube channel. I just don't like the way I look. I never have. It sucks. I don't like that about me because I'm raising my kids telling them how amazing they are and beautiful they are and that they should never look at themselves the way I look at myself. So I'm trying to get better about that. And even after this long on YouTube, it's still one of those things that like every time I hit record, I just tell myself like, whatever, doesn't matter. It's still one of those things that I struggle with. And it's one of those things that people in the comments will not be afraid to talk about. So there's probably an extra 25 or 30 pounds on me now compared to when I started my YouTube channel. And, hey, I'm a dad. It's part of life. I'm going to be 35 this year. Some of the comments I get, people are like, damn, he's big. What are you going to do, baby? That's showbiz, baby. Can you really make money without sponsors? Like, is it 50-50 sponsors and views or more like 80-20? This is really going to depend on each person, and it's going to depend on what kind of videos you're making. If I didn't have sponsors on this channel and I were trying to make it a living and paying the bills, I wouldn't make the same kind of videos. I would have a different upload frequency. I would just change up everything entirely. But what sponsorships allow me to do is not worry about, is this video going to just go off on the algorithm? Am I making a video specifically for the system and trying to like play that, you know? If I were doing something else and YouTube was just a side thing, that would be something else entirely. But I'm talking if you're wanting to make a living with this. I just wouldn't be able to rely on views. You know what I mean? My videos are not made for garnering the most attention or like grabbing attention and holding it. The idea of having that kind of strategy when making a video just seems awful to me. And to some people, that's probably like the game, and part of the fun of it is like cracking the code and like finding a way to get the algorithm to just go off. But I look at sponsorships as a way for me to make the videos I want to make at the frequency I want to make, while also selfishly I get to spend the time with my family that I want to spend with them. If I were making videos specifically off of views, I would be spending less time with them as a result of that. Would that lead to more income on the views? For sure, but it's a trade-off thing. Sponsorships for me, as long as they're ethical, you know, I only take sponsorships from companies I actually trust and vouch for, the product or the service, whatever it may be. I don't just take sponsorships from random companies that email me 9 times a day. I look at the sponsorships and the ad breaks as a way for me to continue making the videos that I want to make about the things I want to make. But again, this is my specific YouTube channel. I'm sure there are people who make way more of their money from the ad revenue, but they're probably not making videos about photo books. So yes, you can really make money without sponsors, but I don't personally. And right on schedule, it is time to tell you about the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. For over a decade now, I've managed everything in my photography career through my website, mattdayphoto.com, and I built that website with Squarespace. This was years before I ever even had a YouTube channel for them to sponsor. I've been using them since then because it is the best all-in-one place to build a website. For photographers, it's a no-brainer, regardless of what kind of photography you do. When I started my website, I was using it for my wedding portfolio and showing wedding photography, portrait photography. Nowadays, I use it for self-publishing, selling my books and zines through my online store. No matter what kind of photography you do or what you choose to do with your photography, you can give it a home on Squarespace. They have so many different templates for you to choose from to get started. Just drag and drop your photos in there to add them and customize things however you'd like. In no time, you'll have a website up and running, and it's a place where your photos can live free of any feed or algorithm. And if you ever need help with anything, they have 24/7 award-winning customer service to help you every step of the way. So try Squarespace out for yourself for free at squarespace.com. But when you're ready to launch your site, go to squarespace.com/mattday and use the code mattday at checkout. That'll save you 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. So thank you again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video and supporting this channel. How important is the YouTube channel to your photography? The channel was really never about my photography when I started it. It was really about showing people how to use all of these old film cameras that I had that I couldn't find videos about or just clear demonstrations with. So that was what the channel started about. But as I grew and I started sharing more of myself and my work, that became a bigger part of it. Another one of the common questions was like, how important is social media in photography these days and putting your work out there? And it's one of those things that's tough because I do think it's an incredibly important part of it. I mentioned earlier, I think I would have a harder time starting now had I not started all those years ago. Self-publishing is a really big part of like what I do with photography and making photo books and zines, and I wouldn't be able to do that had I not been on social media in the first place. But also this YouTube channel is really like the heart of what I share online. It's online, like my digital footprint or whatever is a really weird thing to think about, like spread out across different platforms. But like I've been here on YouTube this whole time and like sharing work and sharing myself. And had I not done that, I don't think I would be able to self-publish things the way that I do at the volume that I do or the frequency that I do. Those things just wouldn't happen without the like built-in audience that I had established beforehand. I'm incredibly grateful for all of the support on any of my books, any of my zines, my prints that I've sold, anything that I do. It's incredible to be able to sell my work that way. It's also while being aware of the fact that a lot of people who found my work, they found me through YouTube. I've asked myself for years, are people only interested in these books just because they like me? They like my YouTube channel, they feel like they know me, and so they just want to support me. Is that why they buy it, or is it because they actually like the work? And that's something that I also have a lot of different feelings about, and it's a conversation for a different video. But the YouTube channel is very important to my work in that regard, but just putting myself out there on YouTube 11 years ago, just deciding to do that because I was the person who never wanted to be in front of the camera, never wanted to share my own personal work. It's changed my life completely. So I encourage everyone, like no matter what your story is, what your hobby is, what it is your channel is going to be about, hit record, start putting yourself out there, as scary as it is, as uncomfortable as it is. We need now, I think more than ever, people sharing their actual unique perspective and not just regurgitating the same stuff that's already out there. So plus with the rise of AI and everything, like AI cannot replace genuine humanity. So more of that on YouTube, please. If you have any other questions at all, I have so many other thoughts that I could continue sharing about all of this, but this video is probably going to be long enough. But if you have any other questions about it at all, leave them in the comments down below and we will keep it going. But that's it for this one. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for 11 years. I love you all very much, and I'll see you soon.